Indian fans should know. I believe in that era where there was Gavaskar, Richards, Chappell, Miandard, maybe, I don't know, can add another name.
Who's your favorite, Kohli or Rohit?
You know, Sanath got two bowlers to bowl off spin. Virat Kohli we see on the field is very aggressive. And I can understand that. Average cricketers are the ones who try to, show off and have a bit of pride. No Babar? Where is Babar Azam?
Mutaya Muralidharan.
He's not an Indian player. India should be one of the four, for sure. And in the 96 World Cup, semi-final, the turning point was...
आयबा नमस्ते मेरे दोस्तों, मैं हूँ शहान मलिक श्रीलंका से। तो आज मेरे साथ है एक खास मेहमान। इसके साथ क्रिकेट के बारे में, श्रीलंकन क्रिकेट के बारे में, वर्ल्ड क्रिकेट के बारे में और आपके हीरोज इंडियन क्रिकेटर्स के बारे में भी हम बात करना चाहेंगे। इसके पास है ढेर सारी नॉलेज। ठीक है, आज मैं बात करने जा रहा हूँ रेनाउंड क्रिकेट कमेंटेटर मिस्टर रोशन अबेसिंघे के साथ। सबसे पहले यार, आपके लिए आपके लैंग्वेज में श्रीलंका से अपने नज़रिया, अपने पर्सपेक्टिव्स लेकर एक चैनल लेकर आ रहा हूँ, वीडियोस लेकर आ रहा हूँ। एक सब्सक्राइब तो बनता है। सब्सक्राइब टू लंकन क्रिकेट। So, Ivan Roshan sir.
Ivan.
Firstly, can you please say namaste, because most of the audience who are watching this channel are from India. So, can you please greet them saying namaste?
Namaste. Namaste to everybody.
Awesome. So, we all know who Roshan sir is. But, firstly, sir, can you please let us know how were you introduced to this beautiful game of cricket, and how did you start your journey as a sports commentator, a cricket commentator?
Well, it's an interesting story because I've been playing cricket for a very long time. Of course, never played for the country, I must accept that. But I played a lot of club cricket in the country, and I always knew that I wasn't good enough to play for Sri Lanka. So I always knew that. And during my time, which was unfortunately going back quite a distance, I left school in the early 80s. So it was not very appetizing for sport, because sport didn't have a career. So my home, my parents always wanted me to have an academic career. So I had to make a choice between my academic career and a cricketing career. Anyway, I wouldn't have made a cricketing career because the options were very limited. So we used to play weekend cricket, sometimes 2 days, sometimes 1 day cricket, weekend, and then also pursue my academics. So that's how I started. And then I always knew that, I didn't graduate in cricket. I didn't go that far because of my work and academics and all that. And I always deep down knew that I wasn't good enough to play for Sri Lanka. And it would have been just a, waste of time if I tried that. So then I realized that the next best seat, to a next best place to playing for your country is the media. The media has the best seat. You can watch, because cricket is a game we all love and have a passion. So media is the place where you can sit, you watch, you analyze, you hear, and you get a very close look at what's happening. So I took that option. So that's how I started. Then 95,
Sri Lanka. Born in 94.
Okay, right. You make me look very old. So anyway, 95, Sri Lanka tour of Australia, the infamous tour where Murli was called, I think by Darrell Hare. That was in December 95. That's where I actually started. I had a glimpse or a look at media then. That was given to me by a local television channel, Sirasa, if you allow me to mention the name.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, MTV and Sirasa. So that was television and radio. Actually radio to start with. And then that's where I actually started. Then 96, because for some reason people think that I can speak in English and sing reasonably well, Sirasa sent me for the World Cup final. So I had to give updates from there on the 17th of March 1996 when Sri Lanka won the World Cup for the very first time, right? That was in Lahore, So that was my start. So since then I've had a kind of a rocky ride, but I've survived. Thank God. God has been kind to me. So I've been blessed, and here I am.
So it's a very inspiring journey. First of all, sir, I need to get something off my chest. Honestly speaking, coming here. I really do not look like this. I wear earrings. I tie my man bun upwards, but I was really nervous coming here. But
Why?
now you no, because I'm meeting you. You have been really inspiring. We have been following you since the longest time as fans of cricket. But
Thank
now,
you.
little by little, I am feeling comfortable. All right.
Don't worry, I'm not a monster. You can always talk to me.
Awesome, sir. So, my next question is, sir, during this career, you should have seen ups and downs, just as you said, and also once you were named the Wisden Cricket Personality of the Month back in 2016.
I think so, yes.
Yes, sir. I have the information. I did
Right.
my research. I did my
Right.
homework.
Right.
So, sir, what are the milestones and the moments that you cherish? Can you please let us know 2 or 3 such special occasions? It could be your first match, just like you said before. Please.
No, I think the most cherished moment for me, obviously, is Sri Lanka winning a World Cup. You see, we had never experienced that up to that point. We never knew what it is to scale Everest in cricket. See, we were always like the poor relations, we were like the bashing boys. So, but I will give credit to Arjuna and that team. Arjuna really turned things around, gave in that steel, brought in the steel to the Sri Lankan team. So, winning that put Sri Lanka on the map. That to me will remain the greatest moment in my life. See, there are too many other great moments that I have seen. I mean, too many. I mean, commentating from Lords, where it's the home of cricket, was a massive moment for me. Working from the MCG was a massive moment. At Barbados in the West Indies, which is another iconic ground, Trinidad. I mean, so it's a little bit too much, Shehan, to be honest. I have a long list, but the World Cup will remain to be my most iconic moment, because that is still Sri Lanka's iconic moment. People talk about it, the 50 over World Cup, because we've got into the semi-finals, we got into the finals, but we haven't won. So that, I think, is my moment.
Great, sir. For all our Sri Lankans defeating you guys, आपको हमने हराया था 2014 में और 1996 में हम आपको सेमीफाइनल में हराया था. आज यहाँ 2011 में
You're
India
not going to make many Indian fans, because they're very passionate.
Yes.
They don't like anyone criticizing their country.
No, I'm not criticizing. I'm just telling that.
Not even boasting at their expense.
Great point, sir. Great point. So somehow, yeah, here we are, and 96 we won, 2014 we won, and now the World Cup is coming up, sir. So IPL, sir, the 7 or 8 times 250 mark was breached, sir. I have never seen this in my entire life.
I know.
So, sir, the grounds are small. Even the bowlers went on saying Ravi Ashwin went on and said that if I spit a chewing gum, it will go out of the ground. So, sir, aren't you thinking that it's getting too much hard upon the bowlers when it comes to the game?
Yeah.
And, sir, what do you think about the upcoming World T20? Because we know that in West Indies, from what I know, the pitches are slow. 160, 170 used to be an enough target to defend, and we hear that pitches are brought from Australia to US. Drop pitches are there. So we have seen the images surfacing across social media networks. They look very green, sir. So most people say that they would be great and ideal for the fast bowlers. So, sir, what do you think? What do you think about the upcoming World Cup? Because if I say, nobody will accept. So, coming from an expert.
I'm not sure how many people will accept what I say, but let me try and tell you. Let us break it down to 2 phases. Now, you first asked me the question about the runs.
Yes.
And the bowlers struggling. See, you got to understand how T20 cricket is pitched. See, T20 cricket is pitched as an entertainment. Right? They want a lot of people to watch, because that's the game that is going to globalize cricket. Test cricket is not going to go to America and China and Europe and Germany, because that's a completely different game. It's a patient game. It's 5 days, and the world is moving so fast, and they're so busy that they don't have time, they don't have patience to watch for 5 days. So then, which is the most appetizing, attractive format? It's T20. I won't be surprised if ICC, maybe 10 years down the road, decides to even reduce it even further, because the world is moving fast and they're getting busy. So when you look at T20 cricket as an entertainment, I'm sure all our Indian friends will know. Now, why would an Indian fan, or any fan for that matter, want to watch a T20 game? Now, which game would, I'm asking them, I'm asking you also, which game would an average fan want to watch? 200 plus scores being chased down, or 100 all out and 101 for 9, or 100 all out 99? They're both very interesting games. They're both very tight games. But to the average fan, the second game doesn't appeal. But that's not entertainment.
True.
To a true cricket fan, he might appreciate it. Somebody who knows the game well. But someone who's coming to watch cricket or watching T20 cricket purely for the entertainment, wonder what is going on. So that is the reason I feel that the game is being weighted a lot in the favor of batsmen. Because it's unfortunately batsmen are the one who's making it attractive with sixers and fours. Bowlers are going to struggle. But I see the positive side of it is that bowlers will start developing more skill. So that's what the bowlers need to do. I mean, you need to start developing skill to survive. So I see some positivity coming out of it, but overall, to me, that's the reason. As far as USA and the West Indies are concerned, I'm not expecting, as you say, 200 plus scores, but don't forget, all World Cup pitchers are being prepared and maintained and done under the supervision of an expert panel. So they will do their best to make sure that they get good pitches. I don't think they'll give pitches with greenness where it will help fast bowlers. They don't want sides to be all out for 50, not in a World Cup. They want sides to score 250. So this is my explanation to your question.
So basically you think that cricket has become a batsman's game?
No, cricket, T20 cricket is a batsman's game because it is being pitched as an entertainment.
Okay.
But you play test cricket, it's a more even battle. You see, 50 over cricket is neither here nor there. That's why it's losing its interest, because it's too long for white ball cricket now. You see, and it is too short when you're talking of purists. See, test cricket is followed by people who are called purists, but 50 over cricket is neither here nor there. So T20 definitely will be a batsman's game. Otherwise, it will lose its appeal.
So sir, 10 years down the line, what will happen to 50 over cricket? What do you think?
That will be a tough one to maintain. I'm sure it will be a very tough one to maintain. If you go back and check the stats of the last 50 over World Cup, I don't think there were many eye balls, because I don't think that what should I say, that intensity and whether the games really drew the spectators to watch the full thing. They would have watched it in bits and pieces. I'm saying television. They would come and watch, okay, 10 overs, so much, they go away, okay, come back, 40th over only, okay, this is the score. That kind of thing would have been the, story when it comes to the majority of the viewership. But T20, you just hold them. You just make sure that they're glued. They don't want to go. Because a T20 game can be determined by one ball, two balls, 1 over. You see, the entire game can change. So you can't afford to miss the action.
True. Even in IPL, we have seen so many last ball thrillers in T20 games. What you said is absolutely true, sir. So my next question is, actually this is not a question, I have an allegation, sir. I really envy you. The reason is you told that the best place to watch a game from is from the commentator's box.
Media.
Yes, being in media. So sir, my question is, what we see is through television. We go to the stadium and watch the matches. So sir, that's why I envy you. So my question is, sir, you see the players and the incidents happening so closely than us. So you should have memories, encounters, and your personal opinions, perspectives on special players. So what we have not experienced, what we do not see through the television, you have obviously seen in person. So sir, I am gonna name some persons. Because Indian fans bhi yahan par hai, I am gonna name some Indian players too. You can tell us your encounters, your memories, or if you don't have any, I'm sure you have. You can share your opinion on them.
Right.
So sir, let's get started with Muttaya Muralidharan.
He's not an Indian player.
No, I told that some Indian players are going to be there.
What do you want to know?
So something that something that people who are watching do not know, that will be very exciting.
Well, I would want to call him the greatest cricketer Sri Lanka produced. A lot of people say Aravinda, a lot of people say Sanath, a lot of people say Sangakkara. But I want to call Murli the greatest cricketer Sri Lanka has produced for one reason. I think he's won Sri Lanka more games than anybody else. And I believe that he has also endured some very difficult times, where he was called for throwing, then he was suspended, he was banned. A lot of things happened in his life. And then he somehow rose through, and the ultimate slap was for Australia to use him as a bowling consultant, the very country that called him for throwing. So, with that being said, I think the fact that he's won Sri Lanka so many games, I would like to bracket him, or not bracket, I would like to name him in my list as possibly Sri Lanka's greatest cricketer.
सुना दोस्तों, गॉड फ्रॉम श्रीलंका रोशान सर के नज़रिए से मुत्तैया मुरलीधरन है. माय नेक्स्ट नेम इज विराट कोहली सर.
I found him to be a very gentle person, very nice person. Actually, it surprised me because the Virat Kohli we see on the field is very aggressive. And I can understand that because the game is very competitive. But I feel off the field he's a gentle soul. He's a lovely man. You talk to him, he has a lot of time. I've interviewed him a few times at post-match presentations. I've met him off air and off camera. Very nice person. That's his human side. And as a player, I mean, he's won a lot of games for India. Every time, I mean, if you look at the number of hundreds Virat has scored, I believe that he's won a lot. The percentage of winning for India when he scores 100 is very good. So I hold him at that level.
Especially while chasing, he's a master.
No, he's chasing or otherwise I find him to be very good. Of course, any good player can go through a bad patch. Yes. I mean, otherwise you're not human.
Yes. So my next name is, I genuinely believe that in Sri Lanka there's a lack of stars, but this person, I genuinely believe that he has seen superstardom and he might not even realize how popular he is in India. Mr. Sanath Jayasuriya. The biggest star.
I think Sanath knows. He pretends. Sanath is, I mean, come on, he's a legend. I mean, he's somebody who's won games for Sri Lanka. He walks wherever he goes, people just get dragged to him, get attracted to him.
Such a personality.
Yeah, like a magnet. So, I mean, he has achieved things that others can only dream of. He's another player. I mean, I named Murli as the greatest cricketer, but that doesn't take anything away from what Sanath has achieved. He's 340 in Test cricket. He's 190 or 180 odd he got against India in Sharjah. I mean, he got 100, I remember, at Karachi where I watched it. I mean, he's done. I mean, I've seen him come and bat with I think, was it a dislocated shoulder against Australia? I can't remember whether it was Australia, somebody, where, Sri Lanka won that game. Australia or some side, Pakistan maybe, in Dambulla. So I've seen him do a lot, and in the 96 World Cup, semi-final, the turning point was Tendulkar being stumped by Kalu of Sanath. And then, let's not forget, Sanath and Kalu, we don't talk a lot about Kalu because Sanath's achievements is there, but taking nothing away from what Kalu has done. But let's focus on Sanath because you mentioned the name. They created, they gave cricket a new face with their pinch hitting, with their power hitting at the top. And that's where, the ICC came in, and everyone else started following suit. When Sanath and Kalu started doing that, nobody else had done that. Sanath got two bowlers to bowl off spin, Prabhakar and De Freitas. So too much. I mean, he's achieved a lot. He's a legend. He will remain a legend. And even though he's retired, he's still very much in demand and much sought after.
And honestly, I will be genuinely starstruck when I see Mr. Sanath because I have not met him personally like this. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll be genuinely.
You should try and meet him. He's a nice guy. He's got time.
You should get me an opportunity to meet Sanath.
Why not?
Thank you so much.
That's an easy thing.
So my next name is Captain Cool, MSD.
Well, I think he epitomizes the very name that you call Captain Cool because he looks so cool. You look at him behind the stumps, he's just unruffled, in the most pressure cooker situation, he's fantastic. And for someone who rose from the very, very average to be the best and captain India with so many legends under him and winning a World Cup, I think he's kind of created a niche for himself. He's different to most other cricketers. He's not a Tendulkar or a Kohli, but he's Dhoni. So there is no Dhoni. Right? He'll never be a Kohli, but he is, and I don't think there'll be a Mahendra Singh Dhoni either. So that's him as far as I'm concerned.
The only time I cried after watching a match was that 183 he scored against Sri Lanka. Yeah, I can't remember the venue.
I also can't remember. I've seen too many. Too many hundreds I have seen, so I just can't remember. But I vaguely remember the 183. Brilliant knock.
Yes, awesome. So the last name is Sachin Tendulkar.
Well, Sachin Tendulkar, he is somebody who I thought, what should I say? He was a breath of fresh air when he came in. He and Lara was a bit of a late developer, but Sachin created that awe as soon as he came. And then everyone, had that focus on him. They knew he was a prodigy. They knew that he was someone who was going to make it big. And for a superstar, again, let me tell you, he's another very humble person. Very, very humble person. I found one thing. Superstars are very humble. See, the average cricketers are the ones who try to, show off and have a bit of pride and, who try to be offendish. But you named Kohli, you named Dhoni, you now named Sachin. I can add Dravid to that, I can add Kumble to that. Those guys are just amazing human beings off the field.
So all this aggression of Indian players is within the...
Not just Indian, I think any cricketer, any sportsman, that aggro is on the field. That's now how the game is played. I think 30 years, 40 years when you used to watch, you don't have the high fives and jumping and dancing and running. You wear a wicket and you're pretty quiet. But then it has all changed now.
Awesome. So my next question is, T20 World Cup is coming. It's approaching. I hope you are ready, sir. I am ready too.
I hope so. I hope I'm ready.
Awesome. Because you will be having so many duties during the World Cup season, because many will come to you and ask who will win the World Cup, who will win the World Cup, who will win the World Cup.
And I'll say I don't know.
And let me be the first one to ask
I'll say I don't know.
But sir, can you please guess the finalist of Ace Bar T20 World Cup? Semi-finalist.
No,
4 nations.
The 4 nations I am backing is not going to be, crafted on stone to say that they are going to be the 4. I might have an inclination. So, considering the level of cricket India plays and the IPL and all that, India should be one of the 4, for sure. Though India will be disappointed that they have not delivered at the highest stage. They have so much of potential, but they have not won anything in terms of World Cups and all that.
Last time they won an ICC tournament, I think it was Champions Trophy 2013 or something, under MSD.
Yeah, that's the thing. And they also won that World Cup in 2011, right?
Yeah, 2013.
Correct. You're right. So India, to me, they have to be there. I would say Australia. Australia is always a team that will surprise you. New Zealand, maybe. I'll go with New Zealand because they come up with some really outstanding cricketers, and I like to think, this is from the heart, I like to see Sri Lanka there. Because I feel that Sri Lanka has the potential, Sri Lanka has the makeup, and I feel that for some reason they're playing differently. See, from what we saw, say about 2 years ago or a year ago. So I want to think that Sri Lanka can be the 4th team.
Great. I also think the same. I also think that deep down my heart says that Sri Lanka will be there. So the next segment, sir, is going to be a rapid fire round. Are you ready with your rapid answer, sir?
I'll try again. I don't commit generally.
So दोस्तों, अब है rapid fire का वारी. So please keep your answers spicy and let us know what we haven't heard about. Alright, my first question. According to you, who's the world's best batsman currently? You have fabulous 4 as the options: Steve Smith, Williamson, Kohli, and Joe Root.
No Babar? Where's Babar Azam?
I just had 4 options. That right?
No, Babar Azam should be there.
Okay.
I won't pick Steve Smith.
Okay.
I would say Babar, Kane Williamson, Joe Root, and Virat Kohli. To me, these are the four. Steve Smith has faded away a little bit, but I don't want to pick anyone because they're all very good.
ये सुनकर पाकिस्तान फैंस भी बहुत खुश होंगे. तो my next question is, sir, are the things getting tougher and tougher for the bowlers when it comes to the game? So many new rules are being introduced. In IPL, impact player rule is there. So what do you think about it?
T20 cricket is definitely weighted towards batters, 100%. The T20 cricket is about entertainment. People want to watch sixers and fours, not wickets. So bowlers are going to struggle, but the good news is good bowlers, great bowlers, they will develop extra skill.
They'll find ways.
They'll find ways to try and combat it. So it will make the game interesting.
Out of the four following players, who's the best all-rounder, sir? Your options are Kapil Dev, Sanat Jayasuriya, Jack Cullis and Imran Khan.
Where is Botham? Where is Hadley?
No, I just had four options.
No, you got to add those. Garfield, Sobers. See, they're all different eras. Kapil, Botham, Hadley, Imran played together. Like they were champions in their own right, but if you want me to pick, I would say Kapil out of the four was the most talented. Imran and Botham to me were the best.
Okay. So, sir.
But don't forget Jack Cullis. It's another era. Sobers is considered the best ever player in the world. Sanat Jayasuriya has done his thing differently. So you cannot compare different eras, different opponents. They were all very good.
That's true. Out of the following four players, who's the biggest trendsetter? Who has been the biggest trendsetter and we can say the ambassador of the game? Okay. Sanat Jayasuriya, Wasim Akram, MSD and Ricky Ponting.
Ambassador of the game?
Yeah, I mean like a trendsetter, a game changer.
Sanat Jayasuriya by far. He was the trendsetter. He was the man who's changed the game. He was the man who changed batting. He was the man who brought in the power hitting at the top. Has to be Jayasuriya.
My next question. Now, this is a dream come true moment for me. I get to interview you, sir. Likewise, in your bucket list, you should have players that you would love to interview. Suppose you get an opportunity to interview a player for 1 hour. Out of this, yeah, you will get to know his psyche. So, out of these players, who would you select? My names are Brian Lara, Virat Kohli, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, and Sir Vivian Richards.
Vivian Richards.
Okay.
Anytime. Sir Vivian Richards. He was, not that the other three are any behind, but Sir Vivian Richards was an exceptional batsman during his day. I mean, you should add Gavaskar to this. I would love to interview Gavaskar. You know why I say that? Indian fans should know. I believe in that era where there was Gavaskar, Richards, Chappell, Miendard, maybe, I don't know, you can add another name. To me, Gavaskar was the best bat, to me. Because he was up against the best bowling in the world when his bowling was weak. Sir Vivian Richards, he was a dominant cricketer, took on the bowlers, he was different. Okay. So out of this slot, him, but certainly like to add Sunny.
Great. So sir, this or that. Okay. Pick from Kohli and Rohit. Who's your favorite, Kohli or Rohit?
Kohli.
Alright. Then Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi?
I think I'll go with Ronaldo.
Why?
I don't know. That's what my heart says. Okay. So you want to know? I'm telling you.
Alright. Next question. Mountains or beaches?
Well, beaches are something that we're very familiar. Being a island, mountains I like. I'm scared of heights, but I love the view.
But
so
you
mountains.
have reached heights. You have reached so much high.
I've had my lows also.
Great. So sir, tea or coffee?
Of course, tea. Ceylon tea. We got to stand by that. Sri Lanka tea. Why should I be drinking coffee when we are producing tea?
Nice answer. What a nice answer. So, 1996 Sri Lankan team or 2014 World Cup winning Sri Lankan team?
Both unique. Both very good. Never easy to win. But 1996 will be my pick because that was the year Sri Lanka was put on the world map. And that was a year that Sri Lanka won against odds.
Okay.
2014 Sri Lanka was a strong side and it was established, but 96 we were nowhere. So coming from where we were, getting bashed in Australia and then coming back and winning was outstanding. So I'll opt for that.
Salman Khan or Shah Rukh Khan?
Shah Rukh Khan, of course.
I'm a Salman Khan fan, by the way.
I'm Shah Rukh Khan.
Okay, what's the last movie that you watched?
I'm not a movie man, so don't ask me. I don't know. But I see bits and pieces. And little ones. I'm actually not a movie man, but Shah Rukh Khan is a name that has stuck with me.
I believe that the last question that I'm going to ask you, it does not land you in any trouble. माधुरी दीक्षित तो ऐश्वर्या राय बच्चन.
No, it won't land. I think Madhuri Dixit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, sir. So that was the rapid fire round. But finally, I have another question. This is a very special question. Okay. Now I'm going to name some players. If you get to name the autobiographies of these players, what name would you give?
Oh,
All right. Interesting question, right?
very.
Yes. Thank you so much. I decided myself.
Okay.
So, sir, the names are Arjun Ranatunga,
Arjuna Ranatunga, I'll call him the Captain Cool because that's what he's called. Okay.
Sachin Tendulkar. You can't go by the name God of Cricket.
No, I won't call him God of Cricket. Sachin Tendulkar would be a trendsetter for someone as young as him for what he did.
Sounds cool. MSD.
Art of Captaincy.
TM Dilshan.
Dil Scoop.
Oh, nice name, nice name. Lasit Malinga.
Yorker King.
Who has the better Yorker, Lasit Malinga or Jasprit Bumrah? What do you think?
Malinga.
Obviously. It's even Jasprit.
That's not being biased. Jasprit Bumrah also have gone to Malinga to learn the tricks of the trade. Malinga made it happen first, so I'll go with him.
That's true. He's a trendsetter. Actually.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Wasim Akram.
King of Swing.
You can't do that, sir.
Why?
He already has a book by the name King of Swing, I
Okay,
think.
so that's why. Then what should it? Sultan of Swing.
That's great.
Okay.
Great. All right, sir. Last name. Virat Kohli.
Stylist.
Interesting. Okay. So, sir, last question. One last question.
Now you said last question.
No. I want to add one more. Guys, what I
There have
say,
been many last questions. It's a never-ending last question.
you don't get such opportunities often, guys. Try to understand. I have a moment with Mr. Roshan Abeysinghe. Last question is, sir.
Are you sure this is the last question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right.
Out of these 4 players, who's the most underrated player according to you? Rahul Dravid, Michael Bevan, Gautam Gambhir, Mohammad Yusuf, and there are 5 names actually. Asanka Gurusinghe. Who's the most underrated?
Underrated.
Unsung.
Tell me the names.
Rahul Dravid.
No,
Michael
he was held in high esteem. He was definitely rated for what he was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael Bevan,
He was given a lot of credit for winning games.
Gautam Gambhir,
Okay.
Mohammad Yusuf, Asanka Gurusinghe.
Toss up between Gura and Gambhir.
Gambhir. Okay. All right, sir. So yeah, truly that was the last question. So now we do not have any questions more.
I'm happy.
Yes. Sir, thank you so much. बहुत धन्यवाद for giving this opportunity for a newcomer like me. It's a very big thing. You're so humble. I had a great time doing this interview with you. I feel so comfortable. Thank you so much for doing this.
My pleasure.
Can you please ask the people who are watching this channel to subscribe Lankan Cricket?
Lankan Cricket.
Yes, my channel name is Lankan Cricket.
To everybody watching, I'm sure you're going to enjoy this channel as he progresses as a young man, as he progresses with his work. So I think you should subscribe Lankan Cricket and support him. Young people like this needs all the support in the world so that they can be a success story and they can also bring you so much information and so much of entertainment which will make your life and your day very enjoyable.
थैंक यू सो मच सर. तो सुना दोस्तों, अभी जाओ सब्सक्राइब करो लंकन क्रिकेट, लाइक करो इस वीडियो को, कमेंट करो और यार शेयर भी कर दो. थैंक यू सो मच.